Hello, hello. Are we still getting a echo? MC, are you able to hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? You hear something? Hey, Mo, can you guys hear me? It's working. Yay. Good. So let's start this over, shall we? All right. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are reviewing, once again, the Maketoys MTRM-EX11 Meteor. This is the 2021 re-release of their version of Starscream. Hey, Slow, how's it going? Fire Talk, send a message to Kato. He said he was upset because he missed it. But I'm live now. Oh, you got an echo? How's that? Is that any better? Is the echo gone, guys? I'm not hearing it myself. Okay, good. It's gone. According to Maui, anyway. So we'll continue. This is, again, the 2021 re-release of Meteor. I was actually on the fence about this guy, and I don't know what sold me on it. I think it was just because of the price of the masterpiece. But the masterpiece wings and everything, they look too small. So I definitely prefer the aesthetic of this guy. But let's take a quick look at the box. Got some nice product shots, nothing fancy. This side, just another product shot. The back, which is upside down, a whole bunch of obligatory product shots. And nothing fancy, really. This box is definitely not a keeper, but that's enough of the box. Let's bring in Meteor himself. And don't mind my squeaky chair, guys. And let's get our camera adjusted a little bit. All right, and here we have Meteor, who I'm going to refer to as Starscream throughout the rest of the video, in his alt mode. And I have to admit, it's got its flaws, but overall, I think it's pretty good. Definitely has some gap problems, but I did release a video earlier with the fix on the problems here on the wingtips in alt mode, there is a clip, which is this little guy right here that is installed backwards in the factory. So you just pop the wing off, do a 180 on it, and pop it back on, which my video for that is still up on my channel. So if you want to check it out, you know where to find it. But let's take a look at some detail. He definitely has a few gap problems, but fiddling with it can correct most of those. I love the gold paint here on the windshield. Nice red paint here along the intakes. I added my own sloppy Decepticon symbols. I think they look good. Hey Larkin, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming. You missed all of the fun issues that we had at the start. Coming around the back, nice painted red and white, blue and red on the tail. Got his unpainted thrusters, they're just black. They do rotate, but mainly for transformation. Here's the view from the other side, much the same. Here's the view from the bottom. Definitely a transformer hidden in there. And a view from the top. So he looks really, really good in my opinion. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult just due to size, but I'm going to bring in a yard sale MP11, and I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff for comparison. Same size, but you can see the differences. I paid $5 for this and an MP11 Skywarp at a yard sale last week. And I'm going to give them to my kids. These guys are trash. I'm pretty sure they're KOs, but just gives you an idea of the differences. Clear canopy as opposed to painted. The red does extend further back on the official, but definitely a good improvement. Let's get this garbage out. Pretty certain that's okay. Yeah, thanks, Larkin. Literally, it's a $5 yard sale item. I got two of them. I got him and Starscream for $5 total, but they're pretty wrecked, to be honest. So the alt mode I think is really good, but let's go ahead and get into transformation. I'm going to give myself some room to work here. Hey Ken, thanks for coming. You guys have any questions, definitely let me know. For transformation, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the null rays. And we're going to go ahead and pop the wings loose, which can be easier said than done in some cases. Now that I did that fix on the wings, these things, they hold snug. Okay, you want to bring that up, just get it out of the way. All right, now that that's done, let's go ahead and start working on the legs, which you want to pop the butt panel up. Go ahead and stow the landing gear, which I didn't point out, by the way. Separate the legs. You want to pop the leg panel open and slide it back definitely Combiner Wars style. As far as the feet, go ahead and ratchet your feet forward. Give it a little pivot, and you want to make sure that you swing the thruster backward to give them a toe heel or a toe spur. And now you can bring this back. And it's interesting because it uses the same peg after transformation here on the knee. And just go ahead and peg that in. Oh, I forgot to do this. Flip this piece up so that the bottom of the leg has a tab to go into. And I also forgot to do this. Slide this up, fold it in. Man, I'm just all kinds of unprepared. One thing you want to watch out for is these knees can pivot forward on you. So just make sure they're in their proper position for pegging in. And we'll try and do that again in a much cleaner fashion. Open up the panels. Extend the leg. Slide this section forward. You want to kick out the heel, rotate the thruster, and pivot your feet out. Fold over the tail fin, lift up the peg, and secure it into place, both front, top and bottom, front and back. All right, and then fold your tail fins over. You can go ahead and unpeg this red section for the waist from the arms. And slide it down. Let's go ahead and do this rotation on the wings. Bring your wings out, flip the points up, and give them a spin. Coming around to the front, bring up the chest, pull out the arms, and they're on a slider. Slide them all the way up. And again, right here is the pull. Just give them a push. I like to just get them out of the way. This is a change here to the sculpt. Previously, it had pegged in, and with the new version, they put it on a pin rather than a peg-in. So it's not going to fall off like it did previously. Bring those down a little bit to get them out of the way. And we can go ahead and swing over these sections, flip them up, and keep them out to the side for now. Hey, it's Kato. Yeah, Kato, you missed all the drama at the start of the last one. I had to restart it, get rid of an echo. All right, so next step is untransforming the canopy, which Come up a little bit. So there's a lot of pieces to this. You want to unpeg this. Go ahead and give it a spin. You want to open this and this. Go ahead and unpeg here. This will actually pivot back inside for storage. From here, go ahead and if you have the clearance, give this a rotate 180. And these will store in the back once we have everything sorted. Bring this section down into the chest. And position this guy in the back. From here, this is where it can get a little tricky. Trying to remember how it goes, to be honest. The fact that there's no instructions with this guy really does not help in any situation. Bring this forward and then make your final connection there. Just like that. Did you get all that? Okay. Go ahead and bring your skirts down. And then these sections will come around, and there's a little tab right here that these will lock into. Again, there's the peg hole and that tab. Okay. Once again, bring your skirts out. They'll sit flush against the side of the abdomen there. And rock it forward. As far as the arms, it's gonna extend twice, once here at the top and also out of the bicep or out of the forearm. Rotate your hands. And lastly, we will bring up the wings. And it's a simple peg to port. Slide your wings down if you want, or if you would prefer the higher look, keep them up. The chest pieces do peg in once you have that down as well, so make sure those are pegged in. Rotate your hands. And there we have Maketoys Starscream or Meteor in all of his glory, bobblehead and all. And he looks good. Um, I personally, I think he looks better than the official, just because the official, I think the wings are way too far off, and he's too dark in color, in my opinion. But I mean, he's got a lot of diecast built in as well. I have installed the gray face. But he does come with a number of others. He does have multiple face options. But we'll bring out his accessories. As far as the gray faces go, you have grinning gray face, kind of an angry but stern face. And then the one that's on him is another version of a grin. And essentially, you get the same thing in silver. Just it's one of those nights. The slight grin face, the angry screaming face, and just the stern. Uh, he also comes with what we had before in previous releases, the hand of Megatron grabbing him by the neck. Only done in silver. He comes with his null rays, which are just done in a white plastic. Two of those. It comes with missile tips for the null rays, so you can take these off and have that look if you want. I don't know why my focus is doing that jitter. And then he comes with two blast effects, which definitely wasn't included in the previous release, which I think looked really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bot up close. There is the slightly grinning face. The gray faces, it's nice that they included them, but they don't do much to improve the head sculpt. It looks more human than what we had with any other releases, to be honest. Nicely done red. These are actually, I believe these are die cast. The chest panels are definitely die cast with red paint. No detail on the intakes, on the boobies, but they look good. Nice sculpted detail here. Love the red paint coming across the chest or across the waist. Gold paint on the cockpit looks good. Coming down the knees, nice gray paint there. Blue paint on the shins as well as the feet. Coming up the back, could be cleaner, that's for sure. But they did include the wing fillers in this release, which is nice. Another improvement they made was with the nose cone. It no longer has a C-clip, so it doesn't fall off as it did in previous versions. As far as articulation, the wings can move forward and back. As we saw, you can also slide them up to get a higher angle on them if you want, but they do also pivot out, so you can really push the limits as far as wing articulation. Shoulders can go up to there. They can rotate 90 degrees, and they're on a weird ratchet. It kind of grabs about every 90 degrees. It's hard to describe, but it is there. But it's most of it's tension, and it's tensioned very well on both sides. You do have a upper bicep rotation, more than 90 degrees on a double hinge on the elbow, wrist rotation, and the fingers. The first three are not individually articulated. They're just solid. But the pointer finger does have 2 points of articulation, which is nice. So you can get them in a pointing pose. The waist does have ab rotation, as well as a very nice ab crunch. It looks really good. Bear with me just a second. It does kind of break up the sculpt a little bit, but once you have it posed, this functionality of the crotch to slide up and down does help alleviate that problem. So well articulated there. The skirts do come up, so you can get that far forward. Lift up the side skirts, squeak, and you can actually go more than 90 degrees out. Each rotation on a ball at the hip. The knee, you do actually have a double jointed knee because it bends once and then there's a ratcheted knee in there as well. So you can get more than 90 degrees. And then the feet, as we saw before, you do have some choices. You can ratchet it down for up and down toe tilt. It's just the toe though, and then the entire foot does move out on a rocker. So overall, very, very nicely articulated. Now, don't laugh, but I'm going to bring in the other of the two yard sale KO MPs that I found just for comparison. Here he is with a KO wobbly mess Skywarp. And to be honest, I might try and fit this head on that body, see if it works. But overall, pretty much the same height as the MP11 mold. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. Don't mind my squeaky chair. It's getting old. Here he is with the Toy House Factory Masterpiece Megatron. I think they scale rather nicely together. If you could find this anywhere, it really is worth the money. It's a great figure. And lastly, I'm going to bring in the only other Maketoys figure that I have, which is their Downbeat, their Jazz. Tremendous figure as well. I actually have both versions. So if you could pick that one up too, I highly recommend it. Anybody have any questions? Sorry, I've been kind of neglecting the chat a little bit. Are you guys talking about that new Springer that was announced by Robot Hero? Thank you, Larkin. So my final thoughts on this guy, I definitely do recommend it. Like I said, it does have its issues. Check out my previous video on the gap issue for the wings and jet mode. Yes, those are Larkin. Those are the Toy Hacks cartoon sloppy. They're really very nice. How about a whole mess of them? I do recommend him. He was $150. I purchased mine from the Chosen Prime. I do know that Toy Dojo has some as well, so he is out there and available. But let me know if you guys have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Yes, Firefox, he can hold a pose. Let's see what we can do really quick. Oh, I got to put his null rays on too. The joints are nice and tight, so he can hold a pose really well. You can get over the leg squeak. Give me a little ad crunch. And even bring in blast effect. There we go. No issues at all. The joints are very, very nice and tight. They really did a good job with setting up the joints and making sure all the tolerances were good. Any other questions? Anything you want me to compare them to? If I have it, I will. Yes, Kenny comes with 2 blast effects. Sadly, they don't work in. They don't do anything in alt mode, just bot mode. Yeah, Firetalk said there was lag earlier. I'm working with my phone as the camera. It's on Wi-Fi, so it's probably the issue. Thank you, Fire Talks. I appreciate that you you enjoyed the review, despite all of the technical difficulties we had previously. Definitely going to delete that first attempt at a review, and this one is definitely not my best work. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I really appreciate it if that you came, everybody. If you would please, on your way out, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely going to get a lot of dislikes for this one, I'm pretty sure, but I don't care. It still helps me out. Hey, Deluxe is here just in time. Don't be sorry. You made it, didn't you? You can watch it later. We're getting ready to sign off, but yeah, it's a pretty bad one, Deluxe. I had all kinds of issues at the start. This is actually my second attempt, but I appreciate you coming. Thanks for coming, Kato, Fire Talks, Ken, Deluxe, Larkin, everybody that's here. I really appreciate the support. Uh, thanks. I will, Deluxe. You too. I'm going to be doing Stellaris Prominion. I don't know if I'll do them live. I definitely need to practice. But that's probably going to come up maybe Friday or one day this weekend. And I'll definitely have to come up with a different location because he is not going to fit on this review station. I appreciate it, Fire Talks. Yeah, I even got the lake fix done already. I should have done a video of that, but I did it while I was working. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. I really appreciate everybody coming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I hope to see you all again next time.